Morning. It is August 1st and our bee season is starting to wind down. For me it's been okay, not a great honey year. I'm getting some honey, but nothing like I'd like. But other than that, things are okay. I've made a bunch of nooks, way more than I usually do, and so far those are looking pretty good. Haven't been in them for a couple of weeks, and so that's kind of what I'm doing this morning, is just checking on some of these small nooks that I've made and checking the hives that last time did not show a queen. They may or may not have had a queen. Some of them I kind of felt like they probably did, but I didn't find her, and I wasn't seeing eggs yet. She may just have not got started laying yet. A few of them I notched a few frames in just to see if they really were queenless, and I'll check a few of these hives today just to kind of get a feel for where I'm at, see if I need to start combining a few hives. I suspect I will. It's just par for the course. Weather around here has been pretty nasty hot, upper 90s every day. We're supposed to hit 100 either today or tomorrow. And to top that off, we've had smoke from out the Salt Lake area, up and down that Wasatch Front mountain range. There's been several fires burning, and so we're getting some of the fallout smoke from that. In fact, you can probably just barely see the mountains behind me. That's because there's just too much smoke and haze in the air, and kind of makes for real pretty sunsets, but the air quality is not that great, but it's okay. We'll get through it. We're kind of used to it. Anyway, that's all I really am doing today, is just kind of checking a few hives, seeing who's still queenless, and then I'll make a plan for consolidating hives and getting ready for winter. I probably won't pull my honey supers for another, maybe 2 more weeks. I'm going to let them go a little bit just because the honey flow for me has been not that great. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more. There's really not much blooming out here. I'm hoping that I get somebody that doesn't cut their alfalfa field for a day or two. Sometimes that happens, sometimes that doesn't, but if you can get a farmer that doesn't cut his alfalfa field for a couple of days, and it goes into bloom, then you can still make some honey this time of year. Otherwise, there's not much blooming. There's some sunflowers starting to bloom, and other than that, there's really not much out here. Gonna get into it, hurry and check these hives real quick and see what I see, and then we'll make a plan for those that are still queenless. Okay, so the only hive in this yard that did not show a queen last time was this hive here on the end, and so I'm going to get into it and we'll see if they've made a queen yet. Just going to go pretty quick here. A little bit of honey in that box, not as much as I'd like. Probably more than there was a couple of weeks ago. I'm getting the feeling they've backfilled their brood nest. Lots of pollen and nectar. Oh, got eggs. I have eggs. That's a good sign. Now, do I have a queen? Eggs and larvae, yep. And some older larvae, so she's been laying for a little bit. If I can zoom in on any of this. Shadows in the way. There's some older larvae right there. And as I come up here, definitely have eggs. Now I just need to find the queen. Oh, I got lots of catbird. She's been laying for a little bit. It's a pretty nice pattern. Right here. Let's see if I can show you. Right here in the middle is where I notched the frames. Right here and right here. And you can see they've pretty well just put it all back. So when I notched the frames for this hive, they had a queen and they just ignored the notches and just kind of put everything back, and away we go. Now I'm going to look for just a second, see if I can find this queen. I'm not going to dig too far. If I see her, then I like to get her marked. If I don't, then maybe next time when I do an inspection, we'll find her. Alright, so I didn't see her, but that's okay. I'm not going to dig too much further. She's here, she's doing a good job. Just going to put them back together and let them go. And I'm going to check this little nook next to it, just to see where they're at and see if they need anything. Oh, these ladies haven't done anything. Man, yeah, they're not doing a thing. What's going on here? If they're out of food, it's definitely empty. Did they get robbed out or what? I don't think these ladies have a queen anymore. That's not good. Certainly no queen there. No eggs, no larvae, no... Yeah, this hive's a duck. This little nook's a dunner. There's nothing left here. No sense in letting them go any further. I'm just going to shake these out and pull the whole box. There's just nothing there. Now, that's kind of a disappointment. Now it's got me curious to see what these others look like. I better check one or two more here. That's a little better looking. They've eaten their pollen patty. Well, there's my queen. She's here, she's laying. And they're growing. Not a great bird pattern on her though. I don't know. The cells she's missed though are occupied with nectar, so this may not be entirely her fault. She's stretching the brood nest out. Alright. Give them the other pollen patty. Well, that one certainly looks better than the first one. Okay, I'm in my next yard. I'm going to hurry and check these nukes. See how they are doing. So that one's pretty well chewed on their pollen patty. Let's see how they're doing here. I'm not so sure about this one. Alright. I think we have a drone laying queen. All this brood is, they've raised the cells up above the surface. So these are all drone cells. I don't think we've got a mated queen in here. I think this one's a dud. Queen. Yep. Another frame. They've just raised drones, so this is a drone layer. I don't even know if she's still here or not. Nothing here. Alright, so I'm going to give that to one of these others. I think what I'll probably just do is just throw that on top. This one's got a queen. Some eggs in Norway. See, there's nice cat bird. Both sides. That queen's doing what she's supposed to be doing. And there's my queen. She come to the other side. Where'd she go? There she is. So that hive's okay. Looks like they could use some food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably shake these bees out on the ground and just let them find their way into these other 3 hives. And then I'll probably put this box on top of one of these. Let's just look at the next couple for a second before I make that final call. See, this one could use a bit of a boost. Looking okay, not spectacular. Cap brood. Nothing to brag about, though. And a little bit of cap brood. Not seen the queen yet, though. I think this colony's stressed. It's got some larvae that don't look quite the right color. I'm not liking the looks of this at all. Finding the queen. I don't see any eggs. I think this hive's queen was not doing too well today. I don't see a queen anywhere. I'm not seeing any eggs. This hive's done. Let me shake this out and I'll show you. Okay. See down in those cells? This looks like European foulbird to me. There's another one right there in the middle. Larvae's just kind of a pile in the bottom of the cell, and the larvae that's there is yellow and discolored. This hive has EFB. They're done. Okay. Here's what larvae should look like. Pearly white. This one looks much better. There's a queen. Okay. This hive's doing much better. Two of these hives are doing okay. The other two are duds. So out of those 4 nukes that were right here, 2 of them were not good. One had a drone layer at some point, and then I couldn't find the queen at all, so I just shook them out. As far as disease, I didn't see any kind of disease in that hive, just a drone laying queen. And then the other hive looked like it had a touch of EFB. And so I'm going to take that hive away, and the comb that's in that box, I'll scrape all of that comb off, and I'm not going to reuse those frames until I get them cleaned back. Scrape it all off and re-waxed, and I'm not going to use those frames at all. Just trying to keep that EFB at bay. And this is a hive I need to check for a new queen. Last time I didn't see one. Hopefully they've fixed that problem. Big queen cell here on the bottom. It's got something in it. That probably tells me they don't have a queen. There's the 2 places I've notched my frame, and they didn't do anything with it. But yet I've got a queen cell. Another spot over here. Oh, never mind. Queen cells galore. I broke open a couple here. So I think I'm going to just put them back and let them do their thing. Getting a little late in the year to get a queen raised and going, but I think we still got a little time to do that. And I think it's this one right here. This is my other hive that I need to check. Like she's mated. So we have a queen. And this one. I'd like to see if she's laying that now. There she is. Okay, I've seen everything I need to see here. Put a bunch of empty comb on this hive last time I was here. Undrawn foundation. I just want to see how much they've drawn out. That one's empty. Oh, they're starting on that one though. Just about got that one all. Okay, I'm gonna move that one to the outside. Nice slab of brood. This side's another pretty good slab of brood. Getting this one drawn out. I think what I'll do is move it out to the outside. See if we can encourage them to draw out a couple more. Now there's no eggs or larvae on this frame, so I'm not in any danger of breaking up that brood nest. And this one's going to go up here. That'll just encourage these gals to keep drawing that comb out. Last of my out yards to check today. Only have 3 here that I need to check. The others are all queen right. I really do feel like what I do for the next 30 days really is what sets me up for next year. If I get the next 30 days right, then my next year goes much better. So I start to get pretty ruthless with my queens. Anything that's not looking good is going to get shook out as I start doing full inspections again. If it's just not looking good, I'm going to just shake it out and move on. It's just not worth trying to baby and trying to get them through winter. If they're doing well, but they're just small, then I can feed and get them built up for winter, and that's okay. First hive had that I ended up just tearing down. I found the queen, and she's laying and she's got a good pattern. So I just tore down the queen cells, marked the queen. Hopefully everything just stays the way it was. Just about to say, I think this is going to be a shakeout. Nope. There's my queen. And she's just barely starting to lay. I've got eggs on this side. Young larvae here. And eggs. I've got a queen somewhere. Time to find her. Oh yeah, she's got this all laid up. Oh yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good queen. Wherever she's at. 2 sides. Oh. Here's the frame I notched. And they didn't make queen cells because they felt like they already had a queen. I notched both sides on that. They didn't touch them. Alright, let's find a queen. Well, she must be down on the bottom box. I'm not going to dig to the bottom box today. These gals are going to be just fine. Just going to put them back together and call it good. Alright, out of the 3 that I needed to check, they all looked like they had queens. Got 2 of them marked, 1 of them not. The airport is just straight east of here. So we get a little bit of practice runs from some of the pilots around here. Anyway, this yard's looking better than it was. It's really struggled all year, but it's finally starting to look good. Hopefully we get them through winter and they come out in the spring looking a whole lot better than they have been. Like I say, this is the time that I think it's critical that you get your hives healthy and strong. As soon as I pull my honey supers, then I'll be treating for mites and hopefully getting these bees set up for winter. I overwinter in 3 mediums. During the summer, I only use 2 mediums for the brood box, and then I put a queen excluder, and then the 3rd medium kind of gets shuffled around up and down in the stack. once it gets full, then I kind of shuffle it to the top for a while and let them fill the other supers. So I pretty much just bottom super my hives. That way I'm assured that my hives each have one medium that's full of honey for going into winter. And then as we get a little closer into September time frame, then I'll see if anybody else is light. I like to have two mediums pretty well full for winter, and if I can do that, I usually fare pretty well. So that's kind of the goal right at the moment. We don't get much of a fall flow. We get a little bit, but not tons. Some years, if the weather cooperates and we get a little bit of rain, we can get an okay fall flow, nothing to brag about, and most of it's really quite dark honey and not my favorite honey. So I usually leave that for the bees, whatever they can gather after I pull the honey supers, I leave for them, let them backfill that brood nest as much as they want. And that'll just kind of happen naturally if nature cooperates. Anyway, I got through all my beehives, got them all checked, the ones I wanted to at least, and had 3 that were just dead outs. One didn't have a 2 didn't have a queen, 3 didn't. They all 3 didn't have a queen. One of them had some signs of EFB, so I pulled that box completely out of my operation, and I'll scrape all those frames off. The other one was a drone layer, and I just threw it, shook all the bees out. Drone laying queen, and I couldn't find the queen, so I think they did away with her, but they didn't have anything to raise a new queen with. So what was left in there was just a bunch of drones. And I just threw that box on top of another nook. It had some honey and some pollen in it, so it'll be a little bit of a boost. The bees I shook out, they'll find their way into one of the other hives. And then the third one just didn't hardly have any bees left in it. Not sure what happened to it, whether they ran out of food. They still seem to have a little bit of food in there, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Anyway, I've got to run and actually go to work. Dang jobs get in the way of all the fun stuff. So anyway, hope you're having a good day.